Hey guys, am I audible and visible? Okay, I hope I'm audible and visible. Good guys, just give me 1 second. Very good evening, one and all. Hope you're doing good. Hope I'm audible and visible as well. Okay, so welcome guys. So we'll just have a quick outlook of what to do and what not to do for the upcoming INICET exam. And also we have certain things planned up for you guys from PW Minute. We'll be taking a quick look about that as well, right? So what you've done for the Sankalp INICET batch. Hi Sarkar, hope you're doing good. Hope you can see me and listen to me. So we had a combined course which includes all the important resource materials, because most of the students who are giving the INST exam has already given the NEET PG exam, has already done the main videos and already got a good rank or a decent rank in the previous NEET PG, right? So our goal is how we can improve on that, right? So what to do? So we have November 6th, exactly almost 2 months we have, right? Plus or minus 5 days we have, right? So October 4th we are in. So what are we going to do in the next 2 months is what is this video is about, right? So what to do? I'll go from behind, from backside, what to do, because I would always say that if you prepare yourself for the final week of the INICET exam or the NEET PG exam, that is the best, because generally students don't know what to do for the last 10 days. In that last 10 days is when most of the students go out of the race, because last 10 days are the most crucial moment in any preparation for that matter, right? So now the last week, so for to the last week, I'm going to collect resources. I want you guys to collect resources so that the last week preparation is sorted. If you sort the last week, I'm preparing towards a unified goal. That's the final exam, right? So for the last week, let's say I have 5 days left for me. So what I'm going to do in the 5 days? Obviously, you cannot revise every topic. You might have the handwritten notes or the printed notes of any subject wherever you studied from. You cannot go through everything. Second, you will not be able to go through every mistake what you made in the 𝐔𝐷 bank, the n number of bookmarks what you have done, the n number of screenshots what you have done. Fine. Sure, Saka, give me some second. I'll come to that soon, right? So what am I going to do? So I want you to divide this into two groups. One is the first and second year. I'm going to collect a resource. Third and fourth year, I'm going to collect a resource, right? First and second year is predominantly more important with respect to INICET exams. Generally, it's not 50-50. The first, second prof has a little bit of more weightage in INICET exam compared to third, fourth prof. Mostly, traditionally, that has been the trend. If it changes, great in the future, right? So what you're going to do is, whatever rapid revision what you've done, whatever TND what you've done with the Sankalp batch, just keep that as the main resource. The TND has to be the main resource. To this, you will add the errors. To this TND, you will add whatever mistake you've done. To this TND, you will add whatever GT errors came, whatever QBank errors came. So for pathology, I'm going to have a single TND. That might be like 50-60 pages maximum, because for per subject beyond 50 page, it's impossible to swipe through in the last 5 days, right? Maximum 50 pages, right? So this TND is the goal thing, the goal mind what I'm going to reap the benefit in the last 5 days, right? The same way do for this also. Whatever TND happens in Sankalp batch, I want you guys to unite all the mistakes of the GTs with respect to subject to be added in that. Let's say, for example, in the TND, we had a question on focal nodular hyperplasia, which was the NEET PG recall, right? In that page, in that slide, I want you to add with everything with respect to the liver tumors. You must have had read some GT, you must have had solved liver tumors, add on to that. That page has to be valuable. Similar way, do that. Whatever you're going to read in the next 1.5 months to 1 month and 20 days, I want you to fill up the TND. It should be one source, that's all, right? So to this, we will start our YouTube session soon. We'll have our YouTube session starting by 9th of October. That is primarily focused on INI-CET. We will cover all the PYQs, PYTs in that. So this also ideally should go on to the TND resource material what you have. Or if possible, let this be a theory part. Keep a concise note, right? Again, just 2 PDFs in the last 1 week for every subject. In that also, the SARPNO. These are very small subjects, like all these short subjects. I'm not including ENT ophthalmology here. So these short subjects don't take more than half a day. I'm talking about the last. Okay, in the last week, maximum we can keep 1 day for all the 5 subjects together, right? So the rest of the 4 days, you have to very cautiously divide. I want you to give at least 2 days for your first and second prof. Complete 2 days. If you feel that biochemistry is difficult for you, give a little bit of more day. Pathology is difficult for you, give a little bit of more time. That's all, right? And the next 2 days, I want you to concentrate on OBG, surgery in the same order, because OBG is something which is very, very important, right? With respect to your INICET exams, surgery, medicine, then the rest of the subjects. In the same order, keep 2 days. So this will be the 5-day plan, what you are going to do the week before the exam. Fine. Okay. Okay, Sarkar, need not add anything new topic wise. Let's say you have already made your 20th notebook for NEET PG and INI-CET. That should be good enough to go for this INI-CET also. The only thing which might change is because NEET PG 2025, like in pathology, focal nodal hyperplasia is not much concentrated in the other exams. Maybe add that. Something which came recently. Something which has happened after your NEET PG, or in a TND you feel that, okay, this question or concept is something which I don't know. Just add that alone, but make sure whatever you are adding new is not more than 10% of your content. Because if it goes beyond 10% of the content, you'll not be able to recall it all, right? So this is what I want you to do in the final 5 days. The 5-day plan will be 1 day for SARPO, which will be high yielding. Next 2 days for your first and second prof. The last 2 days, I want to keep it for OBG, surgery, medicine, the primary bulk, because that will obviously occupy a good number of questions in an INST exam as well, right? Now let's come to GT. So I have exactly 1 month, right? November. So we'll give or take 1 month we have, right? So in 1 month, maximum 2 to 3 GTs. November 9th is exam. I will not advise you to give a GT after November 1st. It's not about improving GT. In the last 1 week, you can't improve. You might say that, okay, let me give a GT just to make sure I sit for 3 hours or not. Most of them advise that as well, right? My concern is the last 1 month, last 1 week, when you give a GT, last 10 days, you give a GT. If that GT goes good, amazing positive impact. If the GT doesn't go good, it will stay in the mind always. Okay, I am not properly prepared. I might not do well in the real exam, right? So maximum 2 to 3 GTs, large GT keep on or before October 31st. Last week, that's November, keep yourselves free of GTs. Okay, that's something which I advise all the students. Don't give any GTs before the exam, because might have a positive or a negative impact. Positive impact, amazing, but negative impact, it's not the right time for us to have, right? But the last week, do solve questions. Really, why it's required. Solving questions always is important. Solving questions can be a random 20 question in a custom module. Made as a custom module as well, you can use that. Or a random QBAN or a random PYQ module, right? Because solving questions is important in the last week also, because it keeps you in routine that, okay, I'm collecting facts and formulating a theory hypothesis and writing a right option, right? This is important for us in the last week. No GT in the last week. Sarkar, I hope that will answer your question. Okay, Sarkar, though I am not the right person for you to talk about anatomy and cadaveric images, but I would say that predominant of the cadaveric images with respect to anatomy comes in the region of head and neck, right? Most of them, right? So if you feel you're more strong in your surgery, please go and have a look at that. Your surgery also talks a little bit of surgical anatomy. If you feel ENT you're a little bit strong, please go and have a look at that. Skull base, something which keeps on repeating everything. Keep a note of it, right? If let's say anatomy is something which is impossible for you, the cadaveric image is impossible for you, you can pinpoint to maximum 20 to 30 images which is keep on rotating in the last few years, right? Maximum, not beyond that. But you have 1 month, every day, one image as your DP or your screensaver. All the previous year question images alone, so that you are at least well prepared for that. That will mentally give you a confidence. Okay, I have done with this. I have done my level best. If it comes within this perspective, I'll be able to answer. That should be more than enough, Sarkar. I think if you go with that for any image-based question for everyone, if you go with that, that will help you to have a confidence. Hopefully, it's not a pseudo confidence, that you know at least whatever has been asked in the past 5-10 years. That should be enough for cadaveric images. But I feel, Sarkar, For one cadaveric image, you're putting the entire pressure on anatomy. You might maximum get a cadaveric image, right? So don't put the entire pressure on anatomy. Ease on that so that you can answer the rest 10 questions on anatomy. Maybe if this goes wrong, it's fine. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's what my advice will be. Make a final 5-day plan. We will come up with a course, a series on INI series on starting from Monday, right? And which will be there on the MetaNext YouTube channel. I want you to go through it. Keep that as a last resource for you. Fine. That will help you to quickly go through whatever important points required for us. Fine. Okay. Just a quick 10-minute session on what to do and what not to do. Like Sarkar asked, don't read anything new. Don't give any GTs in the last week or 10 days. There's a very high likely chance it'll pull you down. Discuss with friends. Discuss with friends who will push you towards positive things, not with friends who purposefully will ask very difficult question, and maybe it's not their mentality to pull you down, or it might be, but very difficult questions, rare syndromes attempting at this point doesn't make sense. Please be very sure about PYQs, PYTs, and the TND Resource of Sankalp batch, and your series, what you're going to have, marathon series for INI-CET starting from next week, will help you a lot in the final go. Fine. Any doubts, do let me know. Otherwise, let's conclude the session. Do you guys have any doubts? All the very best, guys. Do well. I know you guys have prepared well. We've been helping you for the past 1-2 months, and I hope that TND and your consistent preparation post NEET PG will help you for sure.